Hey y'all, how you doing today? Look what I've got. This is corned beef. I'm going to make corned beef and cabbage. Y'all stay with me. I've got all these little hints to help you be successful with your corned beef and cabbage. And y'all, the recipe can be found in my cookbook, Happiness is Homemade, y'all. It's on page 66, I think. 66, corned beef and cabbage. Come on, y'all. We all need to have an adventure in the kitchen. Let's make some corned beef and cabbage. Look at this. This is what it looks like when you bring it in from the store. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that and how to cook your corned beef first, and then we'll go on and I'll give you all my tricks to making delicious cabbage that goes with it. It's got bacon in it and all that kind of stuff. You're going to love it. So let's look at the corned beef. This is what it looks like when it comes. You know, it's got all this liquid it's floating in. Remember, it's been floating in liquid and in flavor. So this is very flavorful brisket. This one right here is 3 pounds, and I'm going to be cooking this in my crock pot. Now, you might say, I don't know what to do with the brisket. No fear. When you buy your brisket, if you look on the package, there will be cooking directions for you. So you don't need to worry about, I don't know what to do with this brisket. But what I'm going to do is show you how I do mine. And today I'm doing mine in a crock pot. So I'm going to put it in my crock pot on low for 8 hours. And then this afternoon, I will make the cabbage. So it's going to be really, really good. And y'all, my family loves this corned beef and cabbage, especially my son-in-law, Wes. So Wes, I'm making some corned beef and cabbage. You're going to have to stop by. The first thing you got to do, I know you're going to think to yourself, what am I going to do with all this liquid? All right, we're going to get into my sink right here. We're going to cut this open and let that liquid drain out. And then we're going to rinse it off real well. If you don't rinse this off, you're going to have very salty meat. So I'm telling you, you're going to want to rinse it off. So y'all know my sink is right here. So let me just move stuff around a minute. And let's get this out of the way so we can get our brisket all washed up and put in the crock pot. Y'all are going to love how easy this is. People are going to think you spent so much time and effort, and really you're just rinsing off the meat and putting it in the crock pot. Well, I'm about to cut this open, and I'm holding it right over my sink is right here because, you know, I don't want to make a mess. And then I'm going to rinse it, and then I'm going to pop it right in there. And you don't have to dry it off because you're going to be putting liquid in there with it. Now, another thing that you want to do is if there's a spice packet in there, you want that spice packet. Don't let it go down the drain. So you need to get the spice packet. So, all right, let me use that. Yeah, there's my spice packet right here. And I'm doing this in the sink so you can't see it. But here's my spice packet, and I'm going to rinse that off. And the good thing about doing this, it's got its own spice packet. You don't even have to spice it up or salt and pepper it. It's all ready to be cooked with its beautiful little spice packet. All right, now let me pull it out of here and show you what it looks like as soon as you pull it out. Okay, then we're going to rinse this baby off. And y'all will notice it has a fat cap on the top. Do you see the fat on the top? Now, if you don't want it real thick, you can trim it up or not. If you want to trim it up. Because all of this will not caramelize and stuff as you're cooking it. And actually, I got my scissors right here. I've got a thick piece right here I'm going to cut off with my scissors. Yeah, y'all, I do stuff the easy way. There's a little bit thicker right there. No, that's not too thick. It is right there. And you don't even have to trim this off at all. It's just, if you think there's a spot that's a little too thick, you can. Because like I said, it's not going to all cook down, but it's okay. Now look, if you're all worried about it, don't trim it off at all. Just put it in there if you're trying to make it easy for you. All right, y'all, this is this beautiful brisket. I've rinsed it off good. Let me rinse it one more time. And remember, while we rinse it, we don't want it to be overly salty. But I will say, even though we're rinsing it off good, you do not need to salt this at all. So don't do it. Even though I know we always think, I gotta salt it. Don't salt this, okay? It has been brining, which means soaking in salt water and spices. Now you're gonna put the fat cap on top and just go ahead and put it right in your crock pot. Now, y'all, on the front of your package, it's going to tell you how to cook this in the oven, on the stovetop, or in the crock pot. So you don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to pull this over here, and we want to put some water in this. Now we want to cover, go up to the top of this. We're going to put 1.5 to 2 cups of water in here. Okay, that's what we're going to do. It'll take it right up to the top of the fat. And then we're going to sprinkle this packet in there. We're going to get that open, and then we're going to sprinkle this all over it. Okay, this is going to be so delicious. This is typical corned beef. This is how you do it. It is not hard, people, and your family will really appreciate it. And you know, for leftovers, you can do Reubens, you can do corned beef and cabbage, you can do a corned beef and potatoes that's really good. Anyway, all kind of good stuff you can do with this. Okay, that's it. It's ready to be cooking for 8 hours on low. All right, so that's what we're going to do with this. So I'm going to go let this cook, and then I'll come back later and show you how to cook the cabbage to go with it. And I'll show you what this looks like when it's cooked. This smells so good. Oh, the wonderful meal that's about to come up. Y'all hang with me now, and y'all share this. Everybody needs to know how to make corned beef and cabbage. It's not hard at all. Okay, here we go. That beautiful corned beef has been cooking all day long. And now I'm going to pull the crock pot over here and show you what it looks like. Okay, it's got a lot of juice in it, as you can see. There it is. Yum. Corned beef and cabbage. We're going to be some happy campers. Now, we're not going to keep the juice. And I'm going to get one of my beautiful bowls here. And y'all, there it is. There it is, y'all. Beautiful corned beef. And how easy was that, y'all? We just washed it good and put it in here and let it cook all day. No big deal. And I'm going to let this sit, and then we'll get to cooking the cabbage. And I'll take a little taste. Actually, I got to take a taste now. Y'all know me. Let me get me one little taste off the edge here, and then I'm going to let it. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color. This is what corned beef is supposed to look like. That right there. See that beautiful color? We can do so much with this, but I'm going to do corned beef and cabbage. It tastes just like it's supposed to. Yum. The next time you see me, I'm going to be whipping up some wonderful cabbage to go with my corned beef and slicing it up. Let me just cut this down the side and show you how beautiful it is on the inside. Oh, yeah. Look at this corned beef and cabbage. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, we can do Reubens with this. We can do corned beef and cabbage. We can do all kind of good stuff. All right, y'all, I'm going to make corned beef and cabbage with mine, and I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. The good Lord loves you. He loves you a lot, and I love you too. Y'all go have a good day, and don't be afraid to make your family a wonderful corned beef and cabbage.